I am Vikas. So today we will be learning about E-types on a tall building. So open file, new model. So here we will see that display units is metric SI unit. Select selection data is Indian and has steel code IS 800 and concrete IS 4156. Click on OK. So here number of grid lines in X direction 4 and same as in Y direction. In between spacing keep it as 6 in both the direction X and Y. So as we are constructing 23 floor, so type 23 and total story of each story is 3 meter. So here click on custom story data because each story has a different size. So from story 1 to 8 it has a different story. So click on story 8 as yes and change the story. So 1 to 8 it will be same. Now move to the story 9 to 14. Select the story as 19. Move the story 9 to 14. So here I selected 9 to 14 as 19. So select here 19 story. Next story from 20 to 23. So here we can see that story 20 to 23 is 23 and story 14 to 19 is 19 and story 9 to 14 is 14 and story 1 to 8 is 8. Click on OK. Next click on grid only and click on OK. Now we need to define the material. So define material properties, add new material, click on Indian concrete M40, click on OK. Next click on OK. Now we need to define a steel rebar HSL 4 and 5, click on OK. Next another material rebar of mile 250, click on OK. Click on OK. So here are the three materials defined. Click on OK. As the material is defined, now we need to define the beam, column and slab. Define section properties, frame section. So here we can define add new property, select rectangular section and name it as column, and select material as M40 and name the size 500, depth, width 500 and modify show rebar. As a column it is P to M3 and for longitude bar HS 4 and 5 and for ties mile 250. As the clear cover is 40 mm. Click on OK. Next click on OK. So we need to form another column of different size. So add a new copy property. Here we can see column of name as 550 and 550. Change the dimension. Click on OK. So again another column of different size, name as change the dimension, click on OK. So here these are the 3 columns. Now we need to add new property. Auto select, name has column auto select, and it has a concrete type. So here are the 3 columns. We need to add auto select it. After auto select it is a click on OK. So this the column is auto select. So in these 3 we can select, it will select any one of 3. Next add a new property, rectangle column for a beam. So name as beam 500 into 300. Now select a material of M40 and change the dimension. So modified show river, click on beam. So here change the property front bars and tie bars. So here the cover will be 25 mm on the both side. Click on OK. So click on OK. So we need to take a beam of different size. So add a copy of property. Change the dimension. So click on OK. So again another. Change the dimension. Click on OK. So now we need to make these 3 as a auto selective. Add new property, auto select list, name as a beam, auto selective, auto select, click on concrete, select the beam. So these 3 beams are selected and click on OK. So here the beam auto select and column auto selective. Next click on OK. So we have defined the column and beam. Now we need to define the slab. Add new property, name as slab 150 of a concrete M40 and change the dimension. So now we have defined the materials, column, beam and slab. So now we need to draw the item. Draw. Before drawing we need to go story 1 as it is in story 23. Now select here as single story. Now draw beam, column. So select as here property as column auto selective. So I need to draw. Next draw column, not beam. Select as a auto beam select in property. Next draw the beam. So now we need to draw a slab. Next change the property as slab which we have defined slab 150 and draw the slab. So after drawing the slab, now we need to move to the next story between 8 to So we have come to the story between 8 to 14. Draw beam column. So as for the figure we need to draw. Next, here these are the shortcuts we can use. This is the column. Make sure that it is in beam auto column selective. This is the we are drawing the beam, and we need to draw slab. So here we can see that it is slab 150, which we have taken before. Next, move to the story between 15 to 19. So we have come between story 15 to 19. This is the column. So select the column auto selective. So draw as per the diagram. Next, select beam. See that it is beam auto selective. So here we have done the story between 15 to 19. Now we will move to the story between 20 to 23. So we have 20 to 23 story. Select column. Next, select beam. Next, select slab. After drawing, now we need to apply the load. Move to the story 1. So here we are story 1. Select as all story. Select assign shell loads uniform. So apply here dead load of 2 kilonewton per meter square. Apply, click on OK. Click here as similar story. Now select the slab. Now assign shell loads uniform. So here the live load. So live load story between 1 to 8 is 5 kilonewton. Click on apply, then OK. Move to the story between 9 to 14. So here we are the story between 9 to 14. Select the slab. Assign shell loads uniform. Live load of 4.5 kilonewton per meter square. Click on apply. Next on OK. So we can see that it is a 4.5 kilonewton of live load. So move to the story between 15 to 19. So here we are the story between 15 to 19. Select the slab. Assign shell loads uniform of 4 kilonewton. Click on apply, then on OK. So here we can see that story between 15 to 19 is a 4 kilonewton of live load. Now move to the story between 20 to 23. So here we are story between 20 to 23. Select the slab. Apply the load of live load of 3.5 kilonewton per meter square. Click on apply. Next on OK. After applying the live load, now we need to apply the cladding load. So now we need to apply the cladding load, so we can apply the story between 2023. So select the exterior view. Assign frame loads distributed, so of 0.2 cladding load. Click on apply. Click on OK. As the story number 23 doesn't have cladding load, so we need to remove on story number 23. Display undeformed shapes. Click as it is one story. Select the exterior. Make sure that you need to select the exterior and see the number of frames 6. Assign distributed. So delete the existing load. OK. Now we need to move to the frame story between 15 to 19 to provide cladding load. So we have come to the story between 15 to 19 to provide cladding load. Select the exterior. Make sure to select here as similar story and assign frame loads distributed of 0.2 kilonewton. Click on apply. Next on OK. So here you can see that we have applied. So move to the story between 9 to 14. So we have come between story 9 to 14. So make sure that it is seamless story and select the exterior. Next assign frame loads distributed of 0.2. Click on apply on OK. Next, so here we can see that we have provided 0.2 km of cladding load on exterior. Next, move to the frame between 1 to 8. So here we are story between 1 to 8. Make sure it is has similar story and select the exterior. Assign frame loads distributed of 0.2 kilonewton. Click on apply. Click on OK. So now we have provided the cladding load. So now we need to provide the joints on floor, base floor. Move to the base floor. So we have come to the base floor. Display undeformed shapes. So make it is as a one story. After one story, select all, assign joints, restrain, and click on apply. Click on OK. Now we need to provide a draw auto cladding. Use only floors. Click on OK. So after providing auto cladding, now we will move to the wind loads. Before moving to the wind loads, we need to define the wind load. Define load patterns. Type has a wind. Move and here select as wind, and here as we know the wind codebook is IS 875 2015. And now we need to add new load. So here we can modify lateral load. So using codebook we can see that the locality of the tall building we are constructing is on the Bangalore. So we take the wind speed 33 as per the codebook, and it is the category lies between category 3, and as the importance factors is the plus third, and risk factor is 1, and topographic factor K3 factor is 1 as per the codebook. Click on OK. OK. Next, click on elevation section A, apply, click on OK. Make sure that here it's a all story. Now select the stories. Next, assign shell loads wind coefficient. So to know the wind coefficient, again we need to refer the highest